Hi, welcome to Think Human. I'm Chris, and in this video I want to talk about why the grandfather paradox is stupid. So the paradox itself, if you're not familiar with it, which is not really likely if you're into science and thinking about these kind of things, but the paradox itself is that you invent a time machine and you go back in time and you kill your grandfather, and so what happens? Like, if you kill your grandfather, then you never would have been born, so you never can go back in time and kill your grandfather. So this is a paradox. How can this happen? And so what I really wanted to say why this is stupid is because the kind of solutions that some people propose, some serious physicists propose solutions as if you go back in time and you're standing in front of your grandfather and you have like a gun or something and you're aiming it at your grandfather's head. Like, I don't know what's wrong with the people in this thought experience, but anyway, you're aiming the gun at the grandfather. And so when you try to kill him, something happens, like the gun jams or the bullet misses or like something like that. And this is actual, solutions that people provide. And this is so infuriating and frustrating because it's like so stupid. Like, people really thinking that the universe is some way like a living entity preventing something happening. Like, if there really was a paradox there, you couldn't go back in time, is like what I would say. Way to look at it would be there is this many worlds interpretation in quantum mechanics, which states that instead of just one, we would have infinite amount of universes. And so a solution would be that if you do go back in time and want to kill your grandfather, you psychopath, then you go back in time and you can kill him. Like, whatever, you can kill your mother, you can kill your whole family if you feel inclined. But nothing would happen. You wouldn't like slowly fade away or like disappear, or the universe wouldn't stop you from doing it. What would happen is that you going back in time, you enter a completely different universe. You enter a different timeline that is absolutely separate from the original universe that you came from. So therefore you can do anything you want in there. Thus no paradox. And there are many ideas in astrophysics and also in quantum mechanics leading us to think that the many worlds interpretation, that there is a infinite amount of universe possibly out there, might be more possible than we might have thought before as just this crazy idea. So it's a fun paradox, to kind of think about and something, but it really isn't a paradox when we get this kind of solution of these many worlds, because that truly seems, for some intuitive reason, profoundly silly, of like the universe somehow stopping you from doing it. Like, it would seem way more sense that you either couldn't go back in time, so nothing like that could happen, or you could go back, but it would be completely different kind of a timeline. And also, you wouldn't even, people say that, the gun would jam or something, the bullet would miss. Why don't we talk about like even you existing in that place, the butterfly effect, like you displacing the amount of air with your body, you breathing hot air out from your lungs. This can cause a massive storm somewhere else on the planet. Like, even you existing there, taking any steps and breathing can change the whole world, the future. And this is also what we'll talk about the chaos theory, but like, it's even if you're there and you manage to fail in killing your grandma, you will still change the world so much that you wouldn't be able to be born. So I wonder what's the sort of solution of them for that, if that made any sense. Hopefully I'm just rambling. So these are my ideas on the grandfather paradox, just my own opinion, what I tend to think and what seems to make sense for me. You might not agree. If you don't, leave your ideas. I would be interested to hear if there's any kind of good rational explanation, not the one that I gave. So I hope you got something interesting out of it. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.